Hello, everybody. Welcome to our look at Last Stand Aftermath, supplied to us by Armour Games. This is a roguelite zombie survival game. Well, here we go. I'll figure it out. There you're clean. Okay, be strong, good luck. Leave. So, as you can see, this is an isometric style zombie scavenge game. The hook with this is you're not necessarily a survivor, you're already doomed. They don't send out their healthy survivors to go and scavenge for stuff. They send out people that have been bitten and are due to die. And essentially you have to go from A to B. They don't necessarily care about you quite so much. Just bring the stuff back because you've had it anyway. All you have to do is try to make it to the end of your run before you get it. RB to reload. Before you buy it, pop. Pop, 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 pop. Right. Scavenge. What have we got here? Scrap. So you can pick stuff up along the way. So yes, this is the loop you take, and kind of you'll go down a route, and Ooh, spooky. Melee attack. I'll take you back to melee. Go for it. Obviously, this is being able to dodge. Yeah, lovely. Boof, boof, boof. This is not like something like How to Survive, which is also a scavengy zombie game, quite an anarchic scavengy zombie game. It was an isometric style. Yeah, I don't want to be doing that yet. So, but as I say, that whole thing is trying to survive. You know you're not going to survive. So, let's go and hide. Let's try and do this. I wonder if I can survive on this. Let's have a go. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! I'm getting beat. So, yes. Obviously. Now, so the wrinkle with this game is, as you can see your bar down there, your stamina is obviously the blue, the red is your health. But the more you go along your route, you'll notice at the other side you have a purple icon. And that reduces as time moves along, and that shows you where your Camlight throwable. That shows you where your infection is escalating. Your turn to zombiedom is escalating, and that will meet in the middle. So it's kind of a race against time to get all of your goods to the end of your run. I'm going to die here, and it's going to be fun. Bop. Yep, here we go. Ah, shit. Here we go again. So quite frustratingly, I have already done all this. And it may be a caveat, it may be not. This comes out today. I died, look at that. But this essentially will take you on a loop to show you how the game plays. I would have shown you my previous save, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to want to load. I'm hoping that's a problem with the first day starting. I've not had that so far. I've played quite a significant way into this. For some reason, I've had to start again because I was on an eternal loop of not loading the game. That may be a problem, so you have to bear that in mind. That's something I didn't know until about 2 minutes ago. But nevertheless, so this is where you start, and here we go. Death is not the end. The world outside the colony is harsh. People will die. This cell holds volunteers, members of the colony who are infected and have chosen to make their last stand beyond the walls of the end. Each volunteer brings with them some gear based on their background. In the future, I have more volunteers to choose from. I unlock quite a few, and they have different start loadouts and different kind of stamina and stuff like that to go through with. Unfortunately, I've had to start with your basic. So yeah, this is different to something like How to Survive, because you're not going to. And if you choose to kind of play this like a weird kind of self role play, you can choose whether to carry your stuff along to the end, or think, screw it, I'm going to die anyway, maybe I'll just use some of that stuff for myself, because you can use a lot of the stuff you pick up on the fly. So you can essentially spend everything you're supposed to take home if you really want to, depending on how mercenary you want to play the game. I have no knowledge. Knowledge is points you pick up along the way. So, yeah, so it is a cool wrinkle you don't normally get in these games. The whole thing about it is you like to be a survivor. I have nothing. All these people in your base camp have a personality, and you can have... Right up in the zone. Here we go. I'm not sure how much the dialogue trees bear upon the game yet. I'm not really sure about that, whether because this is a tough game to get through to the end of a run. I've had to have multiple runs. The beauty of this is every time you do a run, much like something like Hades, much like most of these things, you tend to carry over your stats that you gain and your perks and your buffs. Was there anything else you can see? How long do I have? Here we go. Here's some little context for you. 3 to 4 days typically. Mutation of the virus seems to be acting much slower than the one seen in the original outbreak. Let me answer the mutation. It is absolutely critical information. Thanks very much, but we'll leave you a work alone. Yeah, antiviral. That can stave off your infection for a limited amount of time. Hope you get to the end. Oh, thanks. Take this car, find what you can and call it. Any question? Car, there we go. Oh, Bessie. So you have to get Bessie running, you have to stop off and get fuel and stuff like that. If you're au fait to these sort of zombie type games, this is very similar to that quite terrible, conceptually quite different, similar to that Walking Dead survival instinct game, which is kind of you take Daryl and you go on a set path that you want to take, but you'll have to stop off to keep your car fueled over and to keep dipping into areas that are sectioned off to go to the next section and go to the next checkpoint. So it's actually quite a similar setup. It's just far better done than most. Here we go, the beginning of the end. So there's elements of action with this, elements of stealthy type effort, a little bit of melee combat, some puzzle solving. Yeah, this is definitely built with an indie mindset as a game. There you go. Now I'm not doing the whole this is a tutorial, look you can die guys thing. This is what your bar looks like. So every time one of your infection blocks takes one of your health blocks, you can't ever heal right to the top. Oh, you have to also keep an eye on your engine. You'll get a crack in that, and you need to start to fix that. There you go. I'll give you a little tip on that. So yeah, this is obviously built with a very independent mindset. It's a slick little game. It's interesting that you will see the loop of the levels a lot, because obviously this is built on a kind of a roguelike thing, so you'll tend to continually see stuff, see the same areas, built in kind of different methods, different layouts, but essentially the same maps, but just slightly fudged. But they're all relatively interesting. They do look sufficiently crusted up. Shall I wade in? Oh, yeah. Have I got many bullets? Oh, see, this is kind of as a Gear of War thing. If you botch your reload, it's going to leave you in a very specific disadvantage. That's another thing. The concept of you kind of dying and being infected is you also have a weird sonar thing that you could see where stuff lays out. Let's go in here. So there's lots of kind of stealthy type stuff and noise-based type warnings that the zombies will end up giving you. Pocket knife. So all this stuff I'm going that I should be collecting. Should be collecting to take back. I could use if I really want to. These are the methods how you craft along the way. You'll do that, and you can learn recipes that you don't know firsthand if you want to experiment with the combination of stuff you use on the fire. Right now I have absolutely nothing, so that won't be happening anytime soon. You can't carry too much back. Let's go through here. As I say, it's nicely colourful. It's very kind of evocative. Look, everything's rusted over here, and I like the used nature of it. It feels pretty authentic. I don't know if it's me. It seems like it's got a weird aspect ratio stretch. If you have a look, people look kind of long ways. That's a bit strange, I must admit. Everything looks a bit long as opposed to tall. Right, where's the fuel? So I could technically get out of here now, but you can leave whenever you want. I could leave right this second if I want to, but we can, despite the fact we don't have much stuff, have more of a scavenge. So yeah, what do I like about this one? I do like this. It does help to say that I am one of the people that aren't bored with the zombie genre right now. There's an argument that it's very played out as a genre. I still kind of like them. I like them less when they keep doing the same stuff. We've seen a bit of a diminishing return recently with Back 4 Blood. I feel like we've seen that already. This sort of thing you don't see as much. Like I say, the road is long with games like this, where it's kind of save your squad, scavenge type things, like How to Survive, or if you really want to go back, Ubisoft Zombie from the 80s. That was a similar sort of thing. But they don't come around often. And it's nice to see them done well. And this is done a lot better than I thought it would be. antiviral. So if you're sensible... Oh, here we go. I'm going to explain this to you now. Yep. There we go. A little bit of context, understood out. So the secret to that is you could use it whenever you like, but it's best to leave that to right at the end. You would think it'd be best to use it to right at the end of the bar. I'll save it up because it will clear your entire bar of infection for kind of 5 minutes or so. But that doesn't leave you. It leaves you a bit of a disadvantage if you leave it too late, because obviously you never will know where you're going to get holed up in the last leg, as it were. Oh, look, I've got a new gun. Excellent. Let's have a look at this. Needs just set up. You can have quite a decent array of weapons as well, and you can mod them. There's a lot more variety than you would think in a game like this. It kind of leads you in a very strange weapon degradation, by the way. A very strange thing of, you understand that you've not got to keep moving, but there's something about this where you kind of want to sneak and explore a little. So you end up kind of screwing yourself over more than you would expect to, as you kind of sneak your way and explore your way around. It's very easy to get lost in the scavenge, and then botching the chase against the race against your infection. It's very easy to get lost in this. It does have a good style. It has a very good tone. I quite like the writing of the characters, although there's no obviously voiceover or anything like that. There's a very distinct set of characters. So this is your start. This is kind of where you'll go along the way. It'll give you an idea of the sort of stuff you can pick up there. Not everything. The skulls indicate it's going to be a little bit harder for you. You can bob there. S, that'll be, it tells you there, you got a merchant, so you can also meet salespeople there to buy pieces. A Herc station is where you find extra stuff, so you can go in lots of places along the route, and that's your destination to get all the stuff back. Might look simple, but your time will run out a lot quicker than you think. Right, current location, I've only got one choice. One fuel, so it costs you fuel to keep stacking. I was saying there's quite an interesting thing of kind of upgrading on the fly with your weaponry and stuff like that, which you can choose to carry over if you decide to sacrifice some of it along the way. It's all interesting stuff in this, to be fair. This is a darker one. You'll also get different types of zombies. So now it gives an idea of what your map layout's going to be. The places you haven't explored already, 2 or 3 places. So I'll just give you, I'm going to sneak. So if you notice, being isometric, it's nice that kind of that will illuminate behind structures and stuff like that. That's cool. Let's go and roll out. It's a very responsive game, so you kind of, you don't get stuck too long. The roll in and out is nice when you have better stamina, which will eventually pick up in the end. Where are we now? Well, there's fuel over there. Let's do the fuel first. It's definitely worth... Oh, God. See, that's a... let's take him down. Search. Now that's interesting. I've got an infected... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, durability is not great on here. You can bolster your stuff along the way, actually, if you want to... Oh, there you go. melee, the takedown when it's on the floor. Shotgun shells. Yes, you get a shotgun. You get all sorts of different weapons. Squish. Make sure you get the brain. So there we go. Look, where's that gun I had? So now we can attach different sort of mods to it. Let's pop that on the 1911. That's better than, I think, the Sauron. Let's have a look. Tauron. Yeah, the 1911 is a lot better than that. You pick up, you can stack up, look, already, actually, stealth. You can see that infection starting to creep up on that first bar already, so that's how soon that punishment starts with G17 pistol. What's that? Is that better than that one? 200, 250. I'm going to stick with a 1911, I think. Much like Fallout, you'll start to get to a point where you become over encumbered. It's not as punishing as Fallout when that happens. I'm going to... I've got 74 for this one. Oh, I haven't loaded. No, yeah. No, I want to... That's it. Choose slot. Right, let's pop him in now. Oh, I don't have the right bullets for that. Oops. I've got a slap there. Luckily, there's a little kind of... doesn't punish you too much with the... when you do that takedown. There's kind of safety frames in there, in the animation. So that's cool. Come on, go down. Die. Right. Once they get that little circle around them, you can bop them in there. Right, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the G70 because it's got more bullets. Yeah, swap outs is nice and quick. Let's pop these in here. Oh, that'd be helpful. I've done it again. You. Right there in the face. There you go. Antiviral. I'm not going to use that yet. So, right. So is everything out? Unmodded, your guns aren't very forgiving with their aim and stuff like that. Is kind of pretty loose on the aim, unfortunately. But at first I was annoyed by that, but once I realised how significantly it changes when you start to add your mods to the gun and your attachments to the gun, I was less peeved with it, we shall say. Oh look, there's more fuel there. Look, we'll hop in now. I'll take that back. Away. Alcohol. I can start to build soon. What's here? Oh, hello. What are you doing down there? Who is that? Biff. Do I get anything for that? Nope. I think I've annoyed someone. I can hear him coming. You can tend to hear when the monsters are getting annoyed. The Zambos are getting annoyed. Right, let's light this up. Can I craft anything? Clean water. We'll go with rag. What can you craft? This will discover an item. Now I can do that whenever I want. And keep that in kind of a recipe type effort. So that keeps you track of the stuff you've unlocked so far. As far as that goes. Scrap. We'll see what we can do with scrap in a minute. What are you down here? Oh, look, there's stuff up there as well. Let's have a look down here. So it's got a nice loop. The combat is nice and responsive. Everything's clear. I do enjoy the loop of this. This is the cool if you're into these sort of things. This is definitely cool. Let's go and fill this up now, so I don't have to come back with. You can only go up to 5 fuel canisters. Oh shit! Oh no, they're angry with me. But do you know what? This. Oop, missed that. Have I got any bullets for the gun yet? No, not yet. The ammo's rarer for the 1911. I think it's like 45 bullets. I mean, I don't know. Oh no! There you go. This is what happens. So there's a benefit to your mutations. This will give you a very cool perk. Sometimes it's a decent perk, but sometimes also detrimental. What do we get? But you do get a choice of the thing. Your hands flow freely and faster than before. Bolt of energy strikes you with your pain receptors fire. See, that's one where it will kind of pretty good one, but it'll not help when you're in the thick of stuff. I will go for melee attack speed. As you say, that's kind of helpful, and they'll stack. You'll have a lot of those by the end of it. And they'll get much more devastating, kind of more powerful. The more. What have we got up here? Have I got a fuel? No, right. Luckily, you can kind of do this on the fly. Look. So I made some bandages somewhere. There they are. Medical. Put that in the hotspot. I don't need cans. You can build like Molotovs out of the cans and stuff like that. So it's all pretty easy to kind of go on the flyer. Then it tells you down there what all your things are. It always stays on the screen. So that's cool. Biff, Baff, Boff, right in the head. Look at that. Sucks to be him. Yeah, so I also, when it comes to mutations, depending how kind of akimbo you want to go, I picked up something called an infected bud thing. So I can actually spend one of my precious kind of health bars. I can actually advance. I'll do it. I'm going to give it a go, actually. Let's give it a go. Right, let's do that. Because I'm not going to get to the end of this, because I've had to start again. Thanks very much. But let's go. Right, let's do that. So this is very risk and reward to do this. There it is. Where is it? Right trigger. So there you go. Let's sped me up to the next one, and then I'll get another. It's risky, but it's worth it to show you. Skin starting to thicken and hard, make you resistant to impact. You don't even realise you're being hit. You fight through. I am going to go for melee resistance. Right, so that was a really stupid thing to do. Oh, I'm going to end up having two. Look at that. Gain 1% health on each flinch chance. Taking damage restores 20% stamina. You don't always have weapons. Melee weapons, they break very easy. I'm going to go for that one. So yeah, if you're sensible, you should do it on the very beginning of a health bar, of a health unit. Otherwise, you end up crossing over a couple. Right, what we got here? Yeah, so it's got a cool loop. And if you like this style of game, if you like this style of survival type game, it's got a decent enough kind of twist on the format that it's interesting to kind of go through. What doesn't work so well with this one? Now I'm playing this. This comes out today. I've had this a week or so. This code. There are some problems with considering this is a game where you scavenging is key, and scavenging is very important. It's quite frustrating that, I'll give you an example very much here. Did I get another fuel can? I did. Right, it's fuel, I can't carry no more now. This would be a good example. So now I'm in here. See there it says underneath abandoned compounds. I have 5 items to find in here. Sometimes the items don't actually appear in the level. Sometimes they glitch out and either they're not there or you can't pick them up. That can be frustrating sometimes. I'm sure that's something that will be fixed somewhere down the line, but it's worth noting now that that happens. As useful as it is to kind of have this type effort going when you go behind areas, I'd much prefer if within this game, yes, it's immersive, not have the walls disappear and stuff like that, but it does not help so much when you can't see whether a swarm is in another room or not, because you'll get sectioned rooms in places on the inside. That's kind of frustrating. So you can never quite tell, especially if you're trying to be stealthy or you're kind of a bit low, you're never quite sure where you're going to run into people or not, because I think transparency in an iSpectre game like this of level boundaries is very important. This doesn't help anything if I can't tell whether there's a door closed between me or not, which will happen with some of the, depending on how the layout plays out, the randomised layout plays out. Sometimes this can obscure whether a door is open or closed, and you end up walking straight into a zombie that will kill you in 2 hits. That's fun. Where are we? Am I done yet? I think I'm done. Let's go to the next section. Now I'm nearly dead. Hey. Oh, look, should we punch him? Weapon broke again. Boff. So, yes, that's a problem. Let's go to the next one. Right. It'll cost me 2 fuel. They both cost me 2 fuel, but that one's easier. Let's go to the compound. Sod it. So yeah. So there's some problem with the way that the where opacity would probably help this game a lot more, because it's quite densely designed as well, if you look at the visual side of it. So sometimes it's difficult to tell what you're walking into. Another thing that's annoyed me somewhat, which you'll notice if I walk past there, is performance-wise, this needs a bit of a fix. You'll notice there's very aggressive screen tearing on this, and it's incredibly distracting, especially when you have to focus so much on where you're going and what you're picking up. You're really kind of zooming your vision in on that, on the screen, and the screen tear is aggressive. Locked tight, I can't go in now. So as somebody that's touched this oh, what's this one? Oh, there we go. Look at this. This is what I'm going to tell you. So I could use to be mercenary, take the stuff for myself, or I can have that play out, and some of the stuff I'll leave will go to the next player I have, because this one's inevitably going to die because I'm going to start at the beginning. I can risk the both. What I'll do is I will send that off, and that's a good start for my next round when I go through. So it's nice and dynamic. There you go. Look, it's almost giving me a strobe, if you can see there with that screen tear. It's quite aggressive. So sometimes it seriously needs some optimizing and refining. gonna fix. I'm about to come up for another thing soon. Come on, give me that animation save. Right, I can pick up a lot of stuff. I'm doing terribly here. Look at this. I'm talking as well. Oh no. Ah, it's got me. Help. So, but overall, this is kind of performance stuff aside, and some kind of design choices that are perfect example. Look, I can't tell when I'm in there whether he's locked away or he's going to steam straight in when I go in there, because he's not locked away. He's going to see and hear me. I still don't really know now. I think we've been... See, look, it's not that they don't kind of opaque the levels, but it's inconsistent to how they do it. So it's no use it doing it to me now when I'm nowhere near the place I'm going to be. I mean, it's like, if it's just a cone around me, that kind of sucks. But they're just wrinkles. Overall, I've enjoyed my time with this quite a lot. It's one of the better zombie games I've played. We've just come off of, obviously, Back 4 Blood. Oh, knowledge. I could do that, but I'm going to show you what's going to happen in a minute. Oh no, I'm dead again. Where are we? So look, this is getting serious upgrades now. Producing perishable from your skin, providing some revenge for those that attack. I am going to do stamina though, because I'm going to show you what's going to happen in a sec. I'm going to willfully die, so you get an idea of where I am. But yeah, this is one of the better, as an indie, kind of. Where are we? I'm going to get out of there. Right, I mean, I'm going to die now. Look, let's take a hit. Go on, give me a welly and kill me, so I can restart and show people. Right, no, go on, just have me. I don't care. Yeah, despite the fact that it has some desired frustrations rather than problems, and it needs a little bit of refinement in the performance. It's got a very enjoyable loop, this one. If you're into the bleak kind of the apocalypse trope type thing. Oh look, there we go. This will give you more. Now I've started again, I've got more options for people. So animal hand, load out. I mean, that's not so much. I believe you can carry more. I do believe they agree better with the infection, and that is obviously, you get what that one is. But unfortunately, a gun is rubbish. It's like a makeshift gun, and it's a 2-shotter. So kind of, you're really sacrificing combat by going in with a high health person. I usually stick with a raider. It's got an Uzi as well. That will help. So where's that point I'll go? So here we come here. Nice little temple for your friends that died. Here's where you spend. Yeah, I've done this. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they're superstitious. Come on. Come on. Right. Let's pass on knowledge. So you get to keep these throughout your successive volunteers. These have kind of, where are we? I don't have enough knowledge yet. But you'll buy these, you get the idea. Reduce the infection rate. Mainly resistance. And they have, if you notice, they have levels within that. So you can keep spending points and you keep getting better and it keeps reducing stuff. So it looks like a small bar, a small set of upgrades and skills, combat upgrades. Look at this. So you just keep going with the stuff and you keep going with the loops. This is all cool. I had quite a few of these set out already, but as I say, I had to restart unfortunately. That might be something worth looking into on the once we get a day one patch. See if they sorted that out, because that's a very strange thing about restarting that there's only just cropped up. But anyway, I can't buy those yet. You can do this when you get back with a new player. Sometimes you'll find a radio in the thing where you could do it on the fly, so you can actually spend it in environment, as it were. Does she give me a perk? Look. Supply depot. Here's where I spend some of those points in there. Yes, come on. Come on. They do talk a lot, don't they? But these are all very defined characters in there. So you'll hear them come over the mic in the level stuff as well. What we got here? Look, shotgun shell. I can stop myself off with ammo. Cash of shotgun. 10 more knowledge. Oh, there you go. Look, let's go and buy some of that. There you go, and I'll show you how this works. And now I can actually go and buy something right now. Door kicking damage. Can't get that yet. Let's do some core door kicking knowledge. So, if you noticed before when I did that, oh look, it's opened some more. What's this? Stamina. No, but I'll take some lungs. You had like bars that you have to keep kicking it, and once the bars drop down, you open the door. That will just reduce the amount of bars you need. So, and we go back off on our way again. So that's your loop of that. So, as a summary, this is one of the better like survival games I've played recently. Zombie survival games. I like the loop. I like the kind of the urgency, but also the scope to kind of take your time if you want to. Once you start getting better perks, you don't have to run through so much when you get through. So I like the loop. The loop works well. The combat and the level stuff is quite satisfying. And this is a much bigger level here. Look. What's the gun I've got here actually? Whoa! Oh god! Oh god! Oh, I haven't reloaded. Help! Help! Ah! Probably should have reloaded. Luckily, have some of that. That's quite satisfying. Can I go in now? Let's go and kill it, and let's go and get ourselves killed by going in here, shall we? But yeah, the loop's good. The combat is nice and immediate. It does offer the opportunity to kind of explore more once you start freeing up your infection rate. It's got some cool loops and got some kind of very much a kind of a nice big upgrade tree that makes it worth you going round stuff again and again and again. I'll kill you first. Kind of, it makes it worth the return and the loop. Good atmosphere. What's that blue honey flower with nothing? Go away! I'm trying to show people something. Go to sleep. So persistent. Right. Let's see if I can do some of this very quickly on the way. Clean water. No. So I stop tapping out on that. That would be useful. Board. Nope. Bandages. Nope. Not yet. Not picked enough stuff up. Never mind. So yeah, this is if you like the genre and you like the idea of the sneaky scavenge of something like a State of Decay, but you want some more urgency and kind of something with a potentially kind of this replayability, I guess, of keep going through with different kind of runs and layouts and skill upgrades and stuff like that. It's always good for experimentation. This is a good one. I recommend this one. It's out today. Worth a look, definitely. But thanks for stopping by. And we'll catch you later.